Welcome to Real Deep Understanding. Free will, the idea that we are the architects of our own choices, has long been a cornerstone of human identity. But what if this belief is more illusion than reality? In today's video, we'll explore philosophical and scientific perspectives on free will, revealing how understanding this concept can profoundly influence your personal decision-making and sense of agency. 1. What is free will? Free will is the belief that individuals have the capacity to make choices independent of external forces or predetermined causes. It's what makes us feel responsible for our actions and capable of shaping our destinies. But debates over free will have raged for centuries with two main opposing views. Determinism, the idea that every event, including human actions, is the inevitable result of preceding causes, leaving no room for genuine free will. Libertarian free will, the belief that we have true freedom to make choices, unbound by external or internal constraints. Question to ponder: do you choose your path, or is it chosen for you by circumstances, biology, or fate? 2. Philosophical perspectives on free will. Immanuel Kant. Kant believed that free will is necessary for moral responsibility. Without it, concepts like accountability and justice would collapse. He argued that while our physical actions might be determined by natural laws, our moral decisions stem from an internal sense of duty. Arthur Schopenhauer famously said, "Man can do what he wills, but cannot will what he wills." This suggests that while we act on our desires, those desires themselves are shaped by forces outside our control, like genetics and environment. Existentialists, Hannibal and Explorer never stopped proving the worth of expert theory. They risked their lives for the sake of truth, and these exploitations started by the most humble of men. Sechre rejected determinism and bestowed their shadow within their students and encouraged them to choose our attitude and response. Philosophers highlight the tension between determinism and freedom, but they also suggest that how we perceive our choices matters more than whether those choices are truly free. 3. The scientific view: are we hardwired? Advances in neuroscience have added weight to the determinist perspective. Benjamin Libet's experiment. In the 1980s, Libet demonstrated that brain activity indicating a decision occurs milliseconds before a person becomes consciously aware of making that choice. This finding suggests that our subconscious may decide before we even realize it. Biological and environmental influences. Genetics shape tendencies like risk-taking or empathy. Environmental factors like upbringing and culture condition our preferences and biases. Some scientists propose that while individual neurons follow deterministic rules, the brain as a whole may exhibit emergent properties that allow for a semblance of free will. While our decisions may be heavily influenced by unseen forces, our awareness of these forces can help us navigate life with intention. 4. What does this mean for personal decision-making? Even if free will is an illusion, understanding its mechanisms can empower you to make better choices. 1. Acknowledge your biases. Recognize the influences of genetics, environment, and unconscious thought on your decisions. Example: knowing that stress impacts judgment can help you pause and reassess before reacting emotionally. 2. Reframe responsibility. If we're not fully in control, does that absolve us of accountability? Not entirely. Instead, it means we should focus on creating conditions for better choices. Example: surround yourself with supportive influences to encourage constructive behavior. 3. Focus on what you can control. Adopt a stoic mindset. While you can't control every input shaping your decisions, you can control how you respond to outcomes. Example: if you're predisposed to procrastination, develop strategies like time blocking to counteract it. 4. Embrace growth. Recognizing that your choices are influenced doesn't mean they're fixed. You can still adapt and evolve by learning and growing. 5. The paradox of free will and meaning. Even if free will is an illusion, believing in it can be beneficial. Purpose and motivation. Acting as if we have free will gives us a sense of purpose, driving us to achieve goals. Moral responsibility, holding ourselves accountable, encourages ethical behavior and personal growth. Consider the analogy of a video game. You might not control every aspect of the game's design, but within its rules, you can still make meaningful choices that shape your experience. 6. How understanding free will reshapes life. Rather than obsess over whether free will exists, focus on its practical implications. Empathy for others. If people's actions are shaped by unseen forces, we may approach their mistakes with greater compassion. Empowerment for yourself. Understanding your own triggers and tendencies can help you break free from automatic behaviors. Example: suppose someone cuts you off in traffic. Instead of reacting with anger, you might consider the possibility that their actions were influenced by stress or urgency. This perspective allows you to choose calm over conflict. Conclusion: the freedom to choose perspective. The debate over free will may never be settled, but understanding its nuances equips us to live more intentionally. Whether or not we're truly in control, we can strive to make choices that align with our values and aspirations. If this exploration resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts. At Real Deep Understanding, we're here to navigate life's biggest questions together. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below.